to use you because either two things. They either have bad character or they are awkward. Welcome in. Today we're going to talk about two types of people and why these two types of people feel the need to get up under you and use you. So it's easy to say to keep bad people and awkward people away from you, right? But sometimes you don't know that these are bad people. And when I say bad people, I'm talking about people who have horrible character. Like, for example, they may be all about money and not about people, okay? They care about materialistic things, but they have no empathy for human life or people. When I say awkward, I mean people who really don't know how to navigate the world, so they need an example. I always call it the blueprint, and I'll talk about that a little later. Everybody's not bad, and I always stress the importance of relationships and having them with people. There are good people out there and they make life worth living, okay? I condone healthy, fun, productive, and reciprocal relationships. But some people with bad character who are not so good people, how do they find you and how do they get up under you to use you? Well, most times you don't know that these people have bad character because they just appear out of nowhere. And it's because they are escaping their past and they're escaping people who they have burned. And now they are on to what's new. The new thing is you. This often also happens with awkward people who need a blueprint. They need someone to follow behind. They need someone to copy. That's the best way to put it. Copycats. When copycats get up in your life and they're copying everything you do, like Mr. Me Too or Mrs. Me Too, okay, they've come from somewhere. They've copied someone in the past and either they're bored with them or they have discarded of them. Now, let's get into it. People with bad characteristics and people who are awkward. One thing about them is associating themselves with you is a win for them, okay? It is the biggest flex. And oftentimes when they are new in your life, they will seem overly excited and they'll shower you with all types of praise and all types of compliments. And basically you're being love bombed and it may just go right over your head. You may catch it and see the red flags and you may live in denial like most people do. I've done it too. Oh no, she's so nice. Oh no, he wouldn't do that. Oh no, maybe they're being genuine. Oh, put your guard down. Let them in. But beware, because these people have a motive. All right, I'm going to tell you about a real life example. I went to a party with a few friends, and there was this girl there. She seemed really friendly, and she was being overly friendly with everyone. And I assumed that since she was there, she was smiling, she was bouncing all over the place. I didn't know everyone there. So I didn't know the host. Okay, I didn't know the host. I was there with friends. But I assumed that she was really close to the host and all of the friends. And I said, wow, they're cool. It's a lot of them. And, they seem to be really, really tight, right? So this is me making an assumption. the girl was really, in everybody's face, and she was making friends, and I even had a side conversation with her, and the way she spoke about the other girls, you would think that she'd known them for years. Only to fast forward, and the girls were expressing to me that they really didn't care for her because, they had told me some of the things she had done. And I said, well, why was she there, bouncing all around and into everybody's face? And they said, that's how she does. She attaches herself to people. They said she wasn't even invited. She had overheard about this event and she invited herself. And they said, that right, you would think that, she was really, really close to us, because the way she came around and the way she was talking, like she'd known us for years, they was like, girl, we don't even fool with her like that. And I bust out laughing and I said, yup, she's awkward, okay? Because I was reflecting, and like I said, I have the memory of an elephant. I was reflecting at everything she had said to me that night and the way she was talking to everyone. And I said, wow, she was really setting the scene, and she really had me thinking that she was y'all's A1 since day one, y'all BFF. I said, I had even thought to myself, wow, they're a huge friend group. That's really good that they all keep in contact for this long over the years. And she was talking about how close she was with them. This is the stuff she was saying to me, the girl. And I said, she was even telling me how close y'all are, how she loved y'all. They was like, girl, we don't even know her like that. She was so pressed to be our friend. And then they each went through a scenario of where, she tried to attach herself to them individually. Okay, so that's the example of the awkward attacher. Okay, now I'm going to give you an example of the attacher with bad character. So one of my family members, I know this because I was in it with her. Okay, her and I were going back and forth with another relative. Okay, we can't stand her. She knows that we can't stand her. However, this family member of mine is very nice, even to people that she does not care for. She's still very nice to them. I am not, okay? So I think she knows, the person with bad character, the relative, I think she knows not to play those types of games on my page, because, and I'm not saying that I'm social media gangster, because I'm not. I would rather talk to you face to face or off of social media where there's an audience. But I know that she wouldn't play those types of games with me on social media because I would delete and block her. But she can't play those games with me because she is not even one of my social media friends, because she's blocked, banned and blocked. Okay, but the family member of mine, who's very nice, chose to keep her as a mutual friend or whatever she is on her page. So she gets on her page and she's commenting, oh, you are such a beautiful person. You're very nice. You're this, you're that, you're this, you're that. And I told my family member, don't feed into that, okay? She's trying to pump your head up because she wants back in. Now, do I believe in forgiving people once they have wronged you? Yes. Yeah, absolutely. But if you read my book, Bouncing Back After Breakup, you'll see that forgiveness has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with letting these people back in your life. Forgiveness is all about you. Yes, you forgive them. You've moved on. You forgive them so much that you deny access totally. Okay? So forgiving her means get her off your page, okay? Or ignore everything she says. Don't feed into the advances. She has burned all of her bridges, and now she's attempting to circle back. All right? So that's that example. Now, I done brought something else out. I didn't even think of the circle back when I was thinking of why do they do this? Okay? So since I rediscovered that, let's go ahead and add that to the list. Sometimes they want to recircle back because they're bored, because they have burnt through all the people that they latched on to, and those people are sick of them, so they may try to circle back. And sometimes they've burned their bridges and you don't know those other people, so now you are the new person that they're trying to come into your life so that they can attach to you. Sometimes the people who are familiar with them already know them. You don't know them. So they want to pretend with you and come into your life and pretend to be this great person that you need or that you should have in your corner, that you should welcome in. Also, you are the new supply. You are the host. They are the germ, the bacteria. And they're bacteria because they have horrible personality traits. So they want to find a person who is legit, real, friendly, beautiful, a person who most people like and who most people don't mind affiliating themselves with. That's who they want to get next to. Also, they want to drain your goodness. Something like a vampire. Also, to some of them, you are the plug. Okay? You're the plug. You got the connections. You got the hookup. Also, you build people up. Now, here's one that I really think applies to me. Okay? I'm not perfect, but I do tend to pick out the good traits in people. And I mess around and build people up. If someone says they have an idea, I can give them 100 reasons why they should do it. 100 positive reasons. And I'm learning now that I have to withhold all of that. Because everybody don't need that from me. Everybody don't deserve that from me. Like I said, my tribe does. People who I vibe with, doesn't have to be in my tribe, but people who I vibe with and I think she's a good person, he's a good person, I like him, I like her. I can build those people up. But I don't have that to give freely anymore. I just can't be building random people up because I've been burned too many times. And I noticed that some people will try to attach themselves to me like these people we're talking about just to get their heads gassed up. Okay? Also, you have the blueprint. And I said I was going to talk about the blueprint. I've talked about the blueprint before in one of my other vlogcasts. Remember I told you about that family member? If you go back to one of my previous videos, she's always been a secret admirer of me on the low. One of them ones, and I didn't even know it. Up under me so that she can copy my every move and get the blueprint. Because in all honesty, she doesn't feel comfortable doing anything. Basically, she's weird. She don't even know who to be until I do it first. And then she wants to copy me. And she calls herself not dealing with me anymore. But I know that she still checks in because she needs the blueprint. She needs to see, okay, what move do I need to make next? And she think I don't know. And she thinks that she's seeing something, but she's not. She's no longer in my circle. So she's only seeing what I show on social media. So she will never get the true blueprint again. All right. But this is why those people do those things. Okay. So if you're the host and they are the germ and the bacteria, like I said, they want to find someone who is legit, who is real, who's beautiful. People love to attach themselves to beautiful people, okay? Because it makes them look good. It really does. 10 beautiful people walking into an establishment is way better than one person walking in there. 10 beautiful people walking in there, you're going to get some freebies. You're going to get some VIP treatment. People love beautiful things. They love beautiful people. So you daggone right, they are going to win by associating themselves with you and your crew. So the downside of this, now let me talk about the downside of why you want to keep those bad characteristic people and those awkward people away from you. You want to keep them away because they turn on you. They always turn on you. They're a fan. Fans cannot be friends. When fans are friends, when you think that you're going to turn a fan into a friend, they turn on you. Because see, that envy is different. Now it's different. It's natural to be jealous sometimes, or at some point in your life. A little bit of jealousy. That's a human emotion. A little bit like, oh, I'm sad that I didn't get this. Oh, no. That's normal. Oh, dang, how come everybody else is winning at this and I'm not? That's normal. But once you start trying to attach yourself to people and you want what they have and you don't want them to have it, that's when it gets dangerous. And that's exactly what the awkward person is doing. They don't know what to do until you've done it. They got to copy you. They got to get into your life. Big copycat. Got to do everything you do. And then it turns into they want to be you. And they want to be so much like you. They don't want to be anything like themselves. So they start to copy every little thing you do. Start to act like you, dress like you, look like you. And before you know it, they are you. Does it sound like Single White Female or Single Black Female? I love those movies. Go check them out on Lifetime. Yeah, so that's what the awkward person would do. And the person with the bad character, they are looking to hopefully look like you in the eyes of other people. You're a good person. You have a lot of friends. People like you, okay? So now I'm hanging with her. So that means people going to like me. And they start to associate you with that person. Just like the girl I gave you in my example. I associated her with those good people, but she was not one of them. But once she get in the midst of them, you couldn't even tell that she was fugazi. Because she had woven her way up into their circle. And now she's starting to look like them. See how they do that? So these are the red flags. They're going to over-compliment you. And I'm talking now, I have compliments for people, but they are real. If you look a hot mess, I'm not going to compliment you because I'm not going to lie. That over-complimenting where everything is cute. Everything is so beautiful. Oh, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Girl, you don't even know me. I mean, I get it if that's just a term of endearment because some people use that. But you know what I mean. It's suffocating. If you feel suffocated by someone love bombing you, believe that that's what it is. Because love, another emotion, it just feels real. You know what I'm saying? It just feels real. Sometimes it don't feel real. And it feels suffocating. Like, ugh, get away from me. Please leave me alone. Okay, stop saying it. Stop. You don't have to, I don't even want you to compliment me no more. When it feels suffocating, it's not real. Another red flag is you start to catch them in lies. Why? Because they're a liar. Another red flag is they're overly obsessed with something or someone. I had a person who came into my life who was still obsessed with their ex. It's all they talked about. Now that I look back, that was a red flag, because why? You need to fix that. Okay, and now you're trying to latch on to me with that same type of obsession, and it's not going to end well. The next one is the person shifts their friend groups often. Now, it's okay to have different groups of friends, because most of us do. We have our group of friends that we met at work, group of friends that we went to school with. Sometimes, if you're lucky, this group blends, and then we meet people through other people. We have our different friend groups. But if someone is consistently falling out with an entire friend group, and then again, it's normal, not good. It's normal to fall out with a few or one in the group. But you falling out with the whole entire group, and now you only have bad things to say about them, and you coming up in my circle talk about why you can't stand this whole group of 5, 6, 7 people. Now, all of them ain't did something to you. On a rare occasion, I guess, but usually, that's a red flag. You keep hopping friend groups. I know of a few. They hop friend groups so often, but I tell you one thing, I would never be in a friend group with them. You know why? Because they talk about each other, and they don't even like each other. That's the kicker. That's the crazy part. I know for a fact that they don't like each other. They're just hanging with each other because they fell out with somebody else. They have talked about each other like a dog. And when I see them together, I'm like, with friends like that, who needs enemies? They can't stand each other for real. But they get up under each other because they fell out with another group, and they're just switching, flip-flopping. I ain't got time for all that. And the last red flag that I notice is often these people will hide or erase all of their posts, all of their previous posts, because they're starting again. This is what they do. They jump from person to person. And because familiarity breeds contempt, which is one of my favorite quotes, by the way, they don't want to be associated with anyone who is familiar with them and their BS. So they always starting over. Now, I endorse starting over. I believe you can start over and make yourself anew every day. But what I'm referring to here is someone who is running from their past because they done effed up too many times. And instead of facing it and dealing with it and wronging their rights, they just want to start over new with you. But like I said, I'm here to tell you, that's not going to work out for you. These bad people and these awkward people, they always turn on you. I don't know how many times I have to say that, or how many times you want to hear it. They always turn on you. They always turn on you. They always turn on you. They are not authentic. These people are weird. They will turn on you because they don't know or love themselves that much. So how in the world are they going to have all of this love for you? And again, I'm saying this so many times because some people tend to think that you can change people. You cannot change a person who has bad characteristics. You cannot change an awkward person because, no, it's impossible. They have to want to change. All right? My key takeaway is that the only person that you can change and protect, for the love of God, is yourself. You can only protect and safeguard yourself. And if you would love to be the best version of yourself, you have to guard yourself like the president. Y'all be safe.